about my trip to Haiti back in May. And at this time, I was finishing up with my MBA, and I really didn't do anything after my 4-year degree. And I really wanted to do something that was meaningful, that mattered, and I wanted to experience a different culture. So I thought, why not go to the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere and give a helping hand. So I spoke to my sister. She went to Haiti for an entire month with an orphanage called Be Like Bread. And I know you're probably wondering, how did she find this orphanage called Be Like Bread, and what does it mean? My sister went to school at Lynn University, and she went to school with a girl named Brittany Dingle. And Brittany Dingle, she went to Haiti January 2010, and she went with Food for the Poor. She went on a mission trip. Now, Brittany, she, along with 300,000 other people, she perished that day of the earthquake, the 7.0 magnitude earthquake. She was there, and she did not make it. And so her last text to her parents was that she told her mom, they love us so much here, they're so appreciative, and they have nothing, but yet they're so happy. I want to move here and start an orphanage myself. So once her parents found out that Brittany did pass, they did not let her name die in vain, and they started this orphanage. $2 million worth of donations, and 3 years later, this orphanage came alive. And I want to show you this clip to kind of give you an idea of what happened.
She is with us all the time. There's so many instances where you know that she's right there with us, and the fact that not only Be Like Bread, but thousands of people that helped the Be Like Bread Foundation this past year, I think that she would think that was incredible, because we couldn't do this without the support of wonderful people, both emotionally, financially, and she would love the fact that she was still talking about a year later, and that she was the center of attention, so she would love it.
At 19, Brittany Dangle traveled to Haiti with her college, Florida's Lynn University, on a 3-week humanitarian mission. She arrived in Port-au-Prince just 1 day before the 7-magnitude earthquake that devastated the country, killing an estimated 230,000 people. Brittany, 3 of her fellow students, and 2 professors were killed, crushed in the rubble of their hotel.
They're looking to house 33 boys and 33 girls, and right now they have about 48 children total living there. And they also have a medical clinic for the kids, because every child has a different story, whether they grew up sexually abused, physically abused, and even neglected. Some of the children that they would find, they would just be abandoned and in their own feces for weeks on end, and Be Like Bread would bring them in and nurse them back to health. So now you have an idea about the orphanage. And I wanted to talk about my first day arriving in Haiti. It was pretty crazy, and it was something that I did not even expect. First, we got off the plane, and we went to go get our 10 hockey bags worth of donations, which was soaps, clothes, food, anything you could possibly imagine. And we get all those hockey bags back to the orphanage safely. That was our goal. And so, of course, we get to the van, and I sit right behind the driver, the first seat. Notice that was probably a bad idea, because Haitian drivers, they're crazy, and there were no traffic laws, no stoplights, no nothing. It was a free-for-all. And so I was glad I didn't get car sick or anything like that, but we safely made it to Grand Wall, which was a 2-hour drive from Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti. And once we went up that hill, because Be Like Bread the orphanage is on top of this gorgeous mountain, and we're going up this huge hill, and it was like going up to a castle. And that's when everything changed. And we get there. It was a long day. We're really hot. It's very hot in Haiti. I don't know if you all know that, but there's no air conditioning at all either. And we walked through those doors, and just the kids were lined up, singing to us, and just welcoming us, and just the unconditional love that they projected is something I can't explain. So we get in, we settle down, and that's the group I was with, and we go down, we play with the kids, and they range from ages 3 to 14 was the oldest. And every kid has a different story, and they're just so lovable, and they just want affection and attention, because in Haiti, their culture, the motherly is not very affectionate. So when we get there, when we pick those kids up, that's all they want. And so in the orphanage, they have a theater room, they have classrooms, they even have a soccer field and a playground. So any chance we could, we would hang out with the kids. But the mission of the trip was to do a Fix a Home project. And that's where we like where it does a fix one home at a time. And because the homes in Haiti, they're made out of branches, they're made out of tarp, and metal sheets for the roof. So, and to each hut, there's like 7 people living in one small tiny hut. And if you can't get a visual, it's probably less than the size of the bathroom in this building. And they cram all those people in there. It is, again, it's just, poverty is real here, and it's very, very disturbing. And so, but the next day, we get to the site, we get to the family's home that we're going to basically tear down and build them a more sustainable home, and let them live in peace, basically. And we get to the home, and the crazy thing is that they trusted us. They trusted us Americans to tear down their home and everything that they had, and take everything out of their home, and they trusted us. And so I get into the house, and I pick up this cinder block, and I take it to the side because they're just getting everything out. And once I set that cinder block down, the biggest tarantula came crawling out on that cinder block. And of course, we're on a mountain, and I'm running down the hill for life. And of course, the Haitians that live there, they walk over to the cinder block, and they see, they look down, and they start laughing because it's just a bug to them. And this spider was bigger than my hand. And but that I got through that. Each day was about 4 to 5 hours working on the home. And I mean, if you never built a home before, they have people there telling you what to do. And it is a wooden home. And let me show you. Well, this is the drive. This was the drive to the orphanage. Just kind of get an idea of what I saw. Just a ton of people on the streets. And then this was the site. Okay, so this is where we're tearing down their home. Now this family, they actually did have a mattress. Usually families do not have a mattress at all. Most of them just sleep on, they pack their clothes down and they just sleep on their clothes. And they're very efficient with their little resources that they have. But this was the home, we tore it down, and that's Felix. Felix is like 73 years old and he's having another baby. And he's just crazy. And that's the machete that he used to help Lendy, the founder of the organization. He helped them find the property that the Belcher is now standing on. And here's the hill that we had to go up every day to the Belcher orphanage. You can see that it's gated because Haiti is not a safe country to be in because it's so poor. So it's gated and it's safe. And here's the home that we're building. This day we were putting up the walls. So yes, it's all wood, and the wood is very dense. So trying to hammer in those nails, it was very difficult. And there I am, do a little hammer time on the side. So it was a lot of fun, and it was very hot again, but you can't complain. I mean, you're doing this for a deserving family. And I found out that the family, which was a family of 7, they have 4 kids, but their 5th child is actually their niece. And this family brought in their niece because they knew that their brother or sister or whoever could not care for that child. So the mattress that we bought them. We bought them another mattress, and then here's the house when we finished building the house. And yes, that is tarp on the outside of the house, basically just to save it from the rain. And we also built a trench for them as well, because a lot of these homes in Haiti, a lot of these families die because they die from mudslides. Their house is not sustainable, so a storm can literally wash them away. And so we built a trench around the house, and the house is actually earthquake-proof. So, and the one thing I'll never forget is that the Father said, I can now sleep at peace. And so that was just so rewarding in itself. And right here is the house blessing. And this is the moment that I'll never forget. I'll remember forever. We went to the market and we bought them a ton of food to last them a very, very long time. And we donated clothes to them, and obviously the mattress. But we also got them a goat. And it's a female goat. Female goats are very expensive in Haiti. And we got them the goat, and so they can, breed it and obviously make more money off of it as well. So that was fun giving the goat to them. And the blessing in itself was just beautiful. And then there's just some scenery things that we did. We went on excursions, and like those are the roads. So a lot of these people would walk about 6 to 8 hours just to get to the market or to church. And one of the days we did go to church, and it was very interesting because you see where these people come from, but then when you go to church, everybody's there dressed to impress. It is unbelievable. They take so much pride in what they have, and when they go to church, they really look their best. And it really puts a smile to your face. And here are the kids when we arrived. They're so cute. When you walked in, they're there just singing to you. It was wonderful. And here's some of the other kids. The kid next to me, his name is Chris Love, and the one next to him is Medlins. And the girl is Shnika, and then Fredo, he's the oldest one, and then Steve is at the end. And these kids, they really, they'll remember me. If I don't go back for another year, and I come back, they'll remember my name. These are the kids that we are with. And so here's one of the play areas. The turf was donated. I played soccer there with the kids. And again, some of the rooms, each child gets their own bed. Because a lot of times in Haiti, you have to share everything. Now, sharing is a beautiful thing, but what the founders of the orphanage wanted to do, they wanted to give each child their own space. So each kid gets their own bed and their own little cubby and their, everything, it's theirs. And I think the orphanage should shout about that. And here's another view of the orphanage. There's the wall there, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And then here's the playground set that one of the missionary groups built for the kids, and they cannot get enough of the playground. It's great. And here's where they eat. They eat 3 to 4 times a day. They have a kitchen there. They feed the kids, and obviously all the food is donated. And then this is creepy. I don't want to offend anybody first, because Haiti is a voodoo country, and they're like 70% Christian, 30% Catholic, and 100% voodoo. Voodoo is in their blood. And so we visited the voodoo temple, and of course, the people of the temple, I guess the priests, I don't really know, they have to ask the gods if it's okay if we can enter. So in order to ask the god if we can enter, we have to pay money. And so the more money you pay, the better the answering you get. And so and every missionary group has never been turned down. So we get there, and it's very hot, and it's just really heavy. And the things that I saw in there were just, it was a doll, a couple of dolls, and some tobacco, beer, and rum. And anyway, you go there, say that you have revenge on somebody. You go there and you say, this person did me wrong. So then you pay money, they do, you know, they have the motherly instinct so soon because, again, you know, they have a lot of brothers and sisters. And so they take care of their infant brother at an early age. And here's the community water that the Be Like Bread Orphanage kindly donated. So this water runs from 3 to 4 every day, and there are just people lined up filling the buckets every day because Be Like Bread gives you fresh water. And, okay, I'm trying to wrap this up because I know I'm running out of time. One thing that I want to let you guys all know is that the things that I got out of this trip were something that I cannot explain. But when you incorporate giving in your life and you know what you're doing is making a difference in the world, you become very proud. And it is amazing what happens when people come together and serve together. Everything goes away, whether that be stress and homework, exams, work, or anything. You realize how fortunate you are, the education you have, and the work you have if you are employed. And then you come back to your life and you come back with a new spirit. And on the last day of my trip, I want to share what I wrote. I said, appreciate everything you have, build community, and always initiate conversation or an open discussion. Something great can honestly come out of it. Take risks, you are stronger than you think you are. Dance, laugh, love, and be happy. Help anyone who needs it the most, because good will come your way. And I thank you all again, and I hope that you got something out of this presentation. And if any of you are interested in volunteering at the Be Like Bread Orphanage, you can go to belikebread.org, or you can see me after this. Thank you.
We will save questions until both of our presenters have finished. Today is my honor to present the second speaker, John Canterbury. John, why don't you come on? John is a senior in computer security investigation. He graduates in May 2015. And they hopefully will see him as a graduate walking across the stage. If you talk to John, he always talks about the importance of his family and his church. Today his parents are here. Thank you for being here to hear John speak. John, it's really an honor for me to be able to present John. He has now been to Honduras 4 times. 3 times he's been an intern for the Breaking Chains ministry. That's fabulous. Twice, Indiana Tech has now sponsored him through the Better World Fund. In fact, 2 years ago, John Canterbury contacted Dr. Snyder